to a 2nd and 10. Garoppolo after the fake give to Breida. Looking for Sanders here on the deep ball. It's caught inside the 25. A big play there for the Niners. 44 yards.
Well, things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out, set the tone, this time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us for their game plan, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see.
I think you're exactly right about that.
On first down, here's Breida. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. A 12-yard touchdown run. And the 49ers drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Robbie Gould on for the extra point. And the 49ers grab a 7-0 lead. The kickoff away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. Oh, what a move. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only... Get back to the 16-yard line. Nyheim Hines, his first carry. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now a give, right side. Hines. Oh, he's got some breathing room. Through an opening, and there he goes. Touchdown, Indianapolis. As his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Well, go ahead and strap in, partner. Less than 2 minutes in, had the score on the one side. A quick answer, though, to get the equalizer.
Sometimes you get that sense of urgency that ratchets up, right? When you give up an early touchdown like that, you just know you're like, okay, how do we go back and equalize things? Can we get it done fast? And they absolutely did. Essentially, we're back to even, aren't we?
This will be taken in at the 1. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown...
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Past the 20. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Deebo Samuel, 76 yards. And the 49ers have now taken the lead. It's a score of 14-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. Because you know they'll make some adjustments.
16 yards to pick up there. The Colts have a first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now it's Hines. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
On 2nd down now, it's Hines. And taking it across midfield. That one for Indianapolis, resulting in 15 yards and a fresh set of downs. Boy, some big runs here, Charles, already in this first quarter.
Yeah, if the lanes are there, go ahead and exploit them. But what I like the most, how decisive he is, putting his foot in the ground and going.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 43. Here's Hines, and he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. On 2nd down, it's Hines. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and...
Any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
It's a 5-yard pickup, but spotted a few chain links short of the first, so a little bit of decision time here coming up on 4th down. So with 4th down coming up, here's Adam Vinatieri now for the Colts field goal. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Would have been a decently long field goal, 51 yards from here, but instead they're going to go for it. They'll run for it with Hines, and he's not going to get there. Might have even lost a yard. He only needed a yard, but he couldn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And the 49ers are going to get the football back. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at the 34. Here's Garoppolo to throw. And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11. Garoppolo on 1st down. Deep ball for Goodwin. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown. Garoppolo with his 2nd touchdown pass. This first half. And the 49ers are able to strike quickly for 6. Now Gold for the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. He finds an opening past the 40 as he'll get this one up to the 44-yard line. That one for Indianapolis, resulting in 15 yards and a fresh set of downs.
First down, Indianapolis.
On 1st down, Hines. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. On 2nd down now. It's Hines, and he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. It'll be a 5-yard pickup there, so from 2nd and 13, they're back to a more manageable 3rd and 8. Now a give, right side. Hines. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down. And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
Boy,
Tell me what you want, what you need. Tell me what you wanna give. How much blood would you bleed? I'ma tell you I'm a misconceiver. I'm a believer. Fever. Tell me it's 100 degrees underneath my whole flesh. Everyone tells me it's a bit of a mess. Someone tell the risk I was never at the hit. I would never get it off my chest though. I'm forgetful. Someone better tell me I was always on the edge. Overstay your bearings, I would never underestimate. Oh baby, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Oh baby, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Take your eyes off me, you don't want to. You see me when I'm gone. Moral of the story was you're wrong. Everything I gave and everything at a cost. I left it on your head, and when you ever overstay it, your thoughts are never everything you wanted when you want. I'ma take it in the head with the signs of the distort. I'ma leave it on the side. You on the Christ when I breath on this set. Let me speak on behalf of the dead. I'ma leave, I'ma speak. I'm the sick in the head. Come on, come on. Oh baby, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Oh baby.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to our nation's capital at FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. Just as we were getting ready for air, both teams coming out of their locker rooms pumped up as their Redskins get set to match up with the San Francisco 49ers. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
Guys, it's game situation. Let's go.
Now the first carry for Adrian Peterson. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback. Do it, then to establish the running game early.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
54. Wild Bill.
On the ground with Bryce Love, the former Stanford Cardinal. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7.
56. Mike, 56 right there.
3rd down. Here's Haskins. And he finds McLaurin. And they get it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington 1st down.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
They go play action now. Haskins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Nick Bosa, credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a third down. Haskins on third down. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 38-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Man, I got you. Man, I got you.
So that'll back him up 5. So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. Now a quick pass to Richardson. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and that's going to make it 2nd and 14. Throwing again, here's Haskins. Eluding the pressure right. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. 17 yards that.
Okay, I'm not so great at math, but I just looked over at our statistician, Marvin, and he signaled to me 5 for 5 to get things started here on this opening drive. Where I come from, that's pretty good.
That is pretty good. Now, what do you do defensively to adjust?
Well, this is where you've got to make a decision as a defensive coordinator. Do you really get after the quarterback? Or maybe you tighten down on the receivers, bump them off of their routes, chip away at their timing so things aren't as precise as they've been so far in this game.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves them back 5. Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15.
You better be afraid of me. You better be.
Haskins back to the air. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Nick Bosa picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well.
We're scoreless after 1. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long.
Watch 36. 36 to Mike. Watch the run. Watch the run. Switch it. Switch it. Come on, switch it. Slam.
On 2nd down, here's Haskins. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Haskins, 3rd and long. And that'll wind up incomplete there. Now it's 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. 4th down, here's Haskins. He's going to let this one go deep. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
They'll take over 1st and 10. at their own 3-yard line.
Here we go. 180.
Check 53. Let's go one more.
Lock, man.
They'll start on the ground with Breida. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Don't be mad. Don't be mad.
Really shouldn't be a surprise. It's going to be hard to move people in this situation. You know they're going to bring the pressure defensively. So I remember playing in these spots, and my coaches always say, don't be afraid to try and create a safety, too. They're going to bring pressure.
And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and is like they were able to exploit right there.
1, Omaha. Hey, gun.
Switch. Check.
On 3rd down, a run from Breida. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. They run forward with Breida. And he is not going anywhere. They stop him for no gain. So certainly an interesting call there. Go for it. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line. Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. That's going to set him back 5 yards. Play clock down to 0. And this is not the way to start a drive. And that'll set them back 5. Successive penalties have them looking now at a 1st and 20.
Kill.
On play action, Haskins. He'll buy some time right. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get it there to Vernon Davis, the tight end. And it's 2nd down. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 7.
To throw on 3rd down, Haskins. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Vernon Davis. There. Oh, it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
So they went for 2 and failed. They didn't use him on the PAT, but now he boots this one away with a 6-0 lead. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold
But he
up.
trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I've got the wild bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
Now we'll see what his offense can do. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
12, fellas, here we go.
A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
And he's taken down inside the 30. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers. Garoppolo gives to Breida. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. The tackle by Matthew Ioannidis. On second down, a run with Breida. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Wilson with a first down carry. And he'll find his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. Breida, he'll try to right side. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on run downs. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Garoppolo now. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Emmanuel Sanders, as the first half is winding down, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. Gold. And that will give them the lead here as we get on towards halftime. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the one.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. And he's given his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more.
First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
We got 4. We got 4. Slam, slam, slam.
I got this.
Here's Breida. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, Not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. And how about this right out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. A very interesting call and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the second half with the onside kick, risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators, they sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they? I'll guarantee he's been selling this one. We can get it, coach, we can get it. And that came together with that sense of urgency you talked about.
7 yards on the pick. In 3.
Second and 3 at the 37-yard line.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
12.
Hey, check 24. Check 24.
Hey, gun.
Pop.
13.
Check.
And with the play clock about to expire, Kyle Shanahan's going to use a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
I got you.
You get locked in. Check. 53's mine.
They run again with Breida. And it's a room to maneuver. Touchdown, 49ers. Matt Breida, 37 yards. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And he will take it back only to about the 13-yard line here. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never wanted to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. The Redskins have the first down on a pickup of 18. Now here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. That throw good for 4. It's second down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. On the ground, it's Geis. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down. So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. On first down, it's Haskins. Rush coming, and he's taken down. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Middle of the field, he's got McLaurin. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. Now Haskins slings this deep from McLaurin. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on fourth. They'll indeed go for it with Haskins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Getting the sack, the 227-pound linebacker, Quan Alexander. So they've gone for it twice now on fourth down in this game, and both times unsuccessful. And the holder's going to keep it. He's going to try to run for it. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down. Well, go ahead and mark that down as one of the most bizarre first down calls in the history of the National Football League. A fake and a first down.
Yeah, you're right. And we've seen a lot of innovation throughout the years in the NFL. I mean, we've gone from the single wing to the T formation to shotgun, right? Running spread, run and shoot, you name it, right?
To first down field goal.
First down field goal fakes. I think that's an innovation that will not catch on.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Breida. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. Bit of a surprise. They ran it on third and medium. Proved to be the right call. First and 10. This is Breida. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 13 yards there and a Niner first.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, put a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Now a give coming right is Breida. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. Back now at FedEx Field. It's 49er football here. They've got the lead as well as we get set to start the fourth and final quarter. They run with Breida. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Matt Breida, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Gold with the extra point. Successful. Oh, a little cruel here. They're going to go for the onside kick up big. And this is going to be covered up the Redskins. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
10 yards. On second and inches, Haskins is going to let this go for the end zone. And incomplete. Trying to tackle a long way out there, but it'll be third down. The offense on third down tonight, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. They're looking at third and a few inches. Haskins will throw. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this fourth quarter. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on fourth down.
54. Check, block 54, block 54. Yeah, let's get a sack lunch. Check it out, Reed. Check that.
They'll try and throw forward with Haskins. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Quan Alexander. And he's free going down the left.
favorite. Don't wanna play me, no conversation, ain't got time for no debating. It's for the taking, no hesitation, don't try my patience. I'ma pour out one for the set, boy, till there's nothing left. Wanna run to the bread until we all got them baguettes. Hear them footsteps coming, cause we come.